What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mod Squad Network's Layeth the Squad Down. I'm your host, Kevin. Joining me as always is Steve.
What's going down, everybody?
Nothing much. Before we get into today's,
Sponsors.
wrestling recap, we got sponsors. We definitely got sponsors. Check out
Sponsors.
Skullectomy by
Sponsors.
Jolt 7
We got
Studios.
sponsors here.
Go scan the QR code on your screen and it'll take you straight to Skullectomy's website on Facebook. If you're listening to us on podcast, just look up Skullectomy on Facebook and you'll go right to them. Check them out. Great skulls, great people, great to work with. She can do just about any skull you would like. So check that out. Make sure you check out our t-shirts. We have the QR code staying on screen right here, but check out this QR code as well. It'll take you straight to our Facebook page to where you can order a shirt, the shirt of the month, which is the Patriotic Mod Squad Network shirt. Go check that out. All right.
Very rarely do I disagree with you, Kevin, but I'm going to disagree with you here. If you are listening on a podcast, come to YouTube, watch it live on YouTube, see what our ugly mugs look like, and then you can just scan the QR code for your own.
That too.
It gets this double viewing. That's it.
I get that.
Right.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Yeah. Do
Doctor
that.
Says
do
I need
that.
A skullectomy. Doctor
Do
says
that.
I need a skullectomy. You know what they say? I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy.
I like it. Well, let's start out this week with Raw.
No, with the I'm okay. So I'm just gonna come out and say right now, this was kind of, with an exception of like one thing from AEW, lackluster week in wrestling. And I'm just talking all the way around.
No. I am definitely not disagreeing with you at all, because I mean that's kind of what it was. It was
lackluster.
Really lackluster. But we start off the week with Cody Rhodes coming down to the ring because they are in Atlanta, his hometown.
Hot Atlanta.
Yes. He gives a little promo about his family being there and stuff, and then he starts addressing Lesnar, who he called out. And after the promo ends, he starts walking up the ramp, and Lesnar's music hits, but no Lesnar. Lesnar don't show up. So Cody's like, I'm ready to fight. Nothing. The music stops. Cody's like, whatever. So he walks into the back. Then he gets hit with a chair as he walks through the back, and Lesnar proceeds to beat him down the ramp, beat him down by ringside, and F5s him right in front of his mother. So and accepts his challenge.
I'm tired of the stupid feud. It needs to end. This much is true. I am getting tired of these roads. Whoa!
I like it. Did you make that up right here on the spot?
Right here, right now.
Look at the talented Mr. Steve.
That's right. It's right off the top of the dome. Poet, and I didn't even know it.
Next, we get a Money in the Bank rematch with Matt Riddle versus Gunther.
Styling General.
Yes.
Gunther.
Which Gunther picks up the win without Gunther's henchman at ringside. So
no Ludwig Kaiser roll?
Nope, no Ludwig, no Kaiser roll. Next, Judgment Day came out.
Kaiser roll is one person. It's like Vin Vinavici, and then it's Ludwig Kaiser roll. It's just Ludwig Kaiser. I'm just being.
I know.
I'm explaining to the people at home, Kevin.
I got you. Judgment Day came out to the ring, but before that, Rhea Ripley attacked Raquel Rodriguez to injure her knee. But the Judgment Day came out for a promo, and then Sami Zayn and KO come out, and not Dominic.
Damian?
The big one, Damian. Sorry, guys, my names escape me sometimes. Yeah, Damian
Priest.
Yeah, Damian Priest challenges KO and Sami Zayn to a tag team match. for the titles at the end of the show, and that's what we end up getting. But we'll get there. We have a Sonya Deville, Chelsea Green, and Chelsea Green versus Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan, to where Liv Morgan and Rodriguez lose the belts to Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green.
Unfortunately.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm happy Daddy's finally got a belt, but I'm not the biggest Chelsea Green fan.
belt she's held.
Huh?
This is the first belt she's ever held, right?
I believe so. I'm glad that
I think
Daddy
she's held the
finally.
tag team
I'm glad that
before
Daddy.
either.
I'm glad that Daddy got the belts, but I'm just not a fan. Chelsea Green seems like the kind of chick that her gimmick is just her lifestyle. Like there are
Yeah, no,
certain
definitely.
people that it just seems like they're putting on a character, a front, and then there are people where they say with wrestling is just taking yourself and just turning it up more than you normally would. And Chelsea Green just 100% just looks and acts like the kind of woman that would ask for a manager, that like
Yeah,
that
she
that that
definitely
just
has that entitled mentality.
100%,
Yeah.
100%, and her ego inflated shitty husband doesn't help the matter anyway either. Oh, for those who don't know who her husband is, woo woo
Woo, woo,
woo,
woo.
you know it.
You
It's
know
Zack
it.
Ryder.
Next, we have the Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders in a Viking rules match.
Thank you.
Which is basically just a pinfalls count anywhere, no rules match where they dress the ring to look like a Viking ship. That's really all that looked like. And the Viking Raiders pick up the victory.
No, thank you.
Next, we get Shayna Baszler versus Nikki Cross.
In a very fast match.
God, it was so
Very
fast.
fast match.
Cross
And
got
then
tapped out.
Ronda cutting a horrible promo.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Shayna, you say this and that, but you don't understand. You say I took the back door. Taking the front door is the indies, and then this, and building myself up like you did. I was the main event when I came in. Sorry, I just
Yeah, no, it was a horrible promo. I wasn't even going to mention a promo because it was there was no substance to it whatsoever. But after this, we get a Ms. TV with Becky Lynch as the guest, and Becky Lynch comes out, sits down, and says, "You know what? I know how your show works. Why don't you just bring out Trish and Zoe
Zoe.
Stark?" Yeah, and that's what happens. Zoe and Trish ended up attacking her very weirdly. It was kind of clunky. Um,
I think it was a miscommunication of sorts. Is really what I
yeah,
think it was.
it wasn't crisp. It wasn't, but it is what it is. For a Miz TV segment, it was a filler segment basically. Nothing really happened. Next we get Shinsuke Nakamura versus Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed wins by DQ because Tommaso Ciampa ends up attacking Bronson Reed.
That's right.
Ca- yeah, causing
Because of
Nakamura to
the
be
week before
disqualified.
when Tomasa faced the Miz.
Yep. Next, we have Sami Zayn and KO versus the Judgment Day. This is your main event of the night with Sami Zayn and KO picking up the win. Of course, because they're not gonna beat the Judgment Day.
Honorable mention: Tuesday night on SmackDown or on NXT, Dom decided to come and do an open challenge against Wesley for the North American Championship, which Wesley hasn't done in months. And they put the North American Championship on Dominic Mysterio, a man that
Yeah, I
was
was
on the
gonna mention
main
that.
roster.
I was definitely gonna mention that. It's kind of weird, but I kind of like it. Dom gets his first
You know,
title.
but it's the same. It's like when they put the NXT Championship on Dolph Ziggler, and then had
Yeah.
him on Monday Night Raw as the NXT champion.
Whatever happened to Dolph? I haven't seen Dolph on TV in a while.
I don't know what happened to Robert Roode. What happened to the Dirty Dogs? That's my real question. What
That
happened to
is
the Dirty Dogs?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. All right, we're gonna move over to SmackDown now.
Lay it.
Yeah, lay it to SmackDown. United States Championship Invitational. We have Rey Mysterio versus
Sheamus.
Cameron Grimes versus Sheamus versus L.A. Knight.
Yeah. Let me talk to you.
With actually Mysterio picking up the win. Man, when are they gonna give LA Knight a chance to go for a
Bro,
belt, man?
I am
Eh, I thought this was gonna be loudest pop of the night. Definitely LA Knight.
Yeah.
Hands down. He comes out, he great promos. Let the dude get a belt. Seriously.
Yeah.
But next we have Charlotte Flair versus Io Sky, with Flair picking up the victory. This was actually a really good match. I enjoyed Charlotte Flair and I enjoy Io Sky. Both of them really good in the ring. You put them together, they put on a really good match for just a SmackDown taping or live, whatever it is. Next we get Santos Escobar versus Austin Theory, with Escobar picking up the victory. This was a non-title match,
Non-title
though.
match.
Non-title match. Another really good match, in my opinion. Like, Escobar impresses the hell out of me right now. So, but I think he may turn, because next week it's going to be Rey Mysterio versus Escobar for the number one contender for the United States Championship.
I don't know if they will. They're still very much pulling this LWO, unless unless they're all going to turn on Ray and then just do a heel faction of the LWO.
I think that's what's going to happen, because they were heels right before they joined with Ray. So
Yeah, but they've been
it's
more over his faces than they have been as heels. We'll see. We'll see what
very
happens.
true.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see. I'm predicting a
I
heel
I
turn.
I was predicting Mark Briscoe to turn on FTR, and that didn't happen. So
That's true. Next we get the NXT North American Championship match: Butch versus Dominic Mysterio, because Butch challenged Dom backstage since they were in Orlando, and Shawn Michaels comes out and says, yeah, let's go make this happen." So
that's
Shawn Michaels' appearance on SmackDown, which his birthday was
Shawn
just this
Michaels,
past
where
weekend.
where this eye is looking like this way, but this eye
Yeah.
is like looking like this way. Hey, yeah, let's make that happen.
Dom defeats Butch in this match, of course. Next, we get the Roman Reigns Rules of Engagement. This is your main event segment of the night. Jey Uso comes down, sits at the table, and his mannerisms kind of throw me off now. Like, he's always looking down. I get it. He's trying to get into that like brooding sense of mind, but it's coming off as he not paying attention sometimes. But
Sorry, I'm
Roman
sorry.
sits
What?
down.
I was.
Yeah, looking
I'm
down.
sorry.
Yeah. Roman basically comes down, sits at the head of the table, of course, to sign this match, and he's like, "Do you really want to do this?" And Jay's like, "Yeah, you put my brother in the hospital. I got to get you." So Roman signs it, and Jay signs it. Says, "This is going to be a oh my god, what do you say? A Samoan." He said something. It's going to be basically for the head of the table.
It's going to be a
This.
Samoan pig on a pole, slowly roasting with pineapple on the outside,
Yeah,
rotisserie.
that's what we're going to go with. Yeah, it basically is going to be whoever wins this match is going to
Is the
be the
head
head
of the
of the table.
table of Roman.
Yeah,
It's so. I still love what they're doing with Roman. I don't like the whole breakdown of the bloodline, but I like what they're doing. It's I am still at the same point where I was 6 months ago with Sammy, where
yeah.
I know I see where they're going. I don't necessarily like it, but I'm still enjoying what I'm seeing. And
You
at
know
this
why?
point, at
Because
this
you
point,
can.
at this point, I don't know where the road is going to end. You saw where the road was going to end with Sammy. I do not see where the road is going to end with Jay.
I'm almost predicting that when Jimmy comes back, he's going to side with Roman. I'm almost predicting this. I don't know why. It's a beatdown. There's going to be a big return and then a turn. I mean,
If anything, I'd
'cause-
say I'd say Solo. With the way they ended the segment, I say Solo might be turning on Roman.
but yeah, because I don't. Yeah, you know
Because
what?
Solo
That may
goes
be
for the
right.
spike,
And
and
Roman
then
stops him.
Roman stops him, and then Jay super kicks Solo.
Yeah, because Jay said that this is going to be a Samoan
Something else.
match. Yeah, and they both come to the front of the table. They grab each other's forearms, put their foreheads together like a respect thing. But you could see the anger still there.
Sure.
And then Solo's like, "What's going on?" Solo flips the table, grabs Jay, and was about to spike him. And Roman's like, "No, no, no, we're not doing that."
Yeah, and then he
So
gets super kicked.
yeah. But there you have it. That's SmackDown. Nothing from Raw or SmackDown is going to get my match of the week. That is going to come a little bit later. So what do we have for AE Dubs?
AE Dubs Monday cheese and rice. I'm tired. Wednesday night Dynamite. It's Wednesday night. You know what that means. We open up Dynamite with so did you get a chance? So you sat down and you watched Dynamite as well. I know
I
you
did watch
normally miss.
Dynamite.
I know you normally miss
I did watch
AEW.
Dynamite.
I did not like the opening segment that they did with Jungle Boy. They needed to.
Yeah, it was weird.
I got what they were doing. They needed to make it more apparent on what they were doing. They needed to have a tombstone. So we essentially get Jungle Boy's music of oh whoa 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 whoa, and then lights go out.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Perry in the desert, dragging cowboy legs attached to cowboy boots and shoveling dirt. Him waiting
Mm-hmm.
for a limo and then taking off. This was supposed to be the death of Jungle Boy.
Yeah,
We
it's
needed
Jack Perry now.
we needed a full tombstone that says here lies Jungle Boy. And the year he started wrestling as Jungle Boy and 2023. We needed that tombstone because much like the beginning of the movie Barbie, I feel that what they are trying to project and give homage to is just completely going over people's heads.
Okay.
If you haven't seen Barbie, go see it. It's really it's better than expected.
Okay.
Oppenheimer's better though. I'm not gonna lie. Oppenheimer's better.
This
Jungle
is
Boy.
not a movie review show. This is not a
No,
movie
no,
review
no,
show.
no, 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 no. That's the last podcast you'd want, and back to the retro review. This is for the FTW Championship. Jack Perry taking on the handsome-hearted devil, or whatever they call him, Hook, Taz's son.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good back and forth match with Perry being
It
a
was a really
real
good match.
asshole heel. And after some dirty deeds done dirt quick, 1, 2, 3, new FTW champion, Jack Perry.
I kind of like it because you got
Taz was super heated.
Taz.
No,
Yeah,
I
Taz
think,
was
and that's
hot.
the thing. That's the thing is, I think that's just Taz. I think Taz was probably legit hot. Like they might have not told him that his kid was going under.
Because he said, I really don't want to be on camera right now. This is nuts. I don't want to be on camera."
Oh, sure. Well, I mean, because his kid just lost the championship that essentially Taz made himself.
Yep.
We get the finals for the tag team championships of Sammy Guevara and Daniel Garcia taking on Better Than You, and you know it, baby.
This is
MJF.
complete slapstick wrestling, and I am here for
I'm
it
here
with
for it.
MJF.
No, this is great. We have this great segment beforehand where they're talking, and MJF is like, "Hey, I got you a gift, matching gear." And
That's
Cole's
funny
like,
because I got you something too. Matching jackets.
he's like, "I got you another gift, but you're gonna have to wait."
Yes.
And I'm really wondering. This is another storyline that I'm wondering, where are we going? Where are we taking it? where is this path going? Because you have MJF being a face, and here's what I think is going to happen. They're obviously going to lose to FTR.
Mhm.
And then it's one of two ways. It's legitimately MJF turning on Cole or Cole turning on MJF. Or they win the belts and then Roddy turns on Cole. Because they're doing this
Ooh,
whole
yeah.
this whole side story with Roderick Strong and Adam Cole. I am all for it. I'm so excited with where they're going. MJF, Adam Cole pick up the win. FTR, they come on
Mhm.
out and they kind of get in each other's faces.
The dance off was the best.
Get out of here with your dance off.
They had a complete dance off, man. And with MJF, doing a spin-a-rooney.
And then Adam Cole just crotch
Yeah,
thrusting, crotch thrusting, crotch thrusting,
yeah,
crotch thrusting, crotch
yeah,
thrusting.
it was bad. That was bad.
It was
Yeah.
funny. It was funny. And
It's
then
funny.
and it is funny. And then there's the main event. We only had 3 matches. There were segments, but we only had 3
Yeah.
matches on Dynamite. With that, we only had 3 matches on Rampage. Blood and Guts. Blood and Guts was our main event, in which we had the Golden Elite taking on the BCC in a match that had glass and, thumbtacks and
Mhm.
a nail. What would you call that? Would you call that a nail board? Would you call that?
A fork. We had a
It was a
board of
fork,
nails,
a screwdriver, a
a
board of
screwdriver.
nails. That's what you call a
Yeah.
board of nails. Think of Police Academy when Police Academy 3, Citizens on Patrol, when the guy lays down in Takashi's bed. And then
Yeah.
he gets up and he pulls it, and it's just a bed of nails. It's very good for posthopedic.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I know that the science behind it because the nails are so close together, it's almost like being one,
On a bed.
board.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't hurt.
I I know the science behind it, but I still cringed every time they landed on it or they
Sure.
threw somebody on
How about
to oh,
Matt Jackson on top of the cage dropping down all of those thumbtacks?
thumbtacks. Yes,
Um,
that was
as brutal
nuts.
as the match is, Kota Ibushi, God bless him, but at the same time, WTF, mate. After the match, we're just doing bumps and thumbtacks.
Yeah.
He just did a full bump in the thumbtacks, got up, just kind of brushed himself off, like, yeah, we just did this, but it's not that bad. Um, and I understand adrenaline and all of that.
Mhm.
Uh, I don't particularly like the way that they ended Blood and Guts. I think the BCC should have won this. I
Yeah.
don't understand the whole thing with Pac. I think they might. I think last night on Collision, or it's this Wednesday on Dynamite, that Pac is coming out and airing his grievances or whatever that is. Um, but I did not. I didn't like the additions to the match. I was very excited that Pac is back. I was very excited that we got Kota Ibushi. But once it was all going on, they just felt very out of place.
Yeah, very, very out of place. It felt in place for a, Blackpool Combat Club, match. It felt very, like they should have won that match because this was their style match,
Yeah,
especially Mox. Mox was
especially
bleeding
Mox,
like Mox was bleeding
like a
all
stuck
over the
pig.
place, like yeah.
Yeah,
Like, I don't later he's gonna have problems later in life, dude. I'm telling you right now, that dude is gonna have some
that guy bleeds
major
at
health
house
issues.
shows.
Yeah. He's gonna have some major health issues, in life
Maybe
because
not.
he
During the weekend, he's probably just getting a blood transfusion. It's like in the
maybe.
movie. It's like in the movie Rockstar with Mark Wahlberg, where he goes backstage and the old dude is getting a blood transfusion. He's like, new blood from younger people keeps me going.
But, this was, my match of the week because I enjoyed this match.
Oh yeah,
You don't you don't really see too much of these matches on TV anymore. This was a brutal, brutal freaking match.
And no one got heavily injured like Santana did last year.
Correct. No one got heavily injured. The board of nails. I'm telling you, I cringed every time. So they got me on it. So I was with it. I was with it. So
And that's my match of the week as well. We will very quickly go over Rampage. On Rampage, we had the Royal Rampage Battle Royal, whatever you want to call it, in which they had the two rings still set up, and it's a Battle Royal with two separate rings, and then the final people come together, and it's so ridiculous because I want to say that the final three was Toa Leona, it was and Khan of the Gates of Agony. I want to say it was like an established tag team that works together. It was two members of Strickland's embassy.
right,
Like
okay.
it's a combination of Toa Leona, Khan, and Brian Cage. Is a combination. Two of those guys going up against Derpy Allen. Derpy came in number one. And just like last year, Derpy came in like number one or number two, and it ended up between him and Brody King. And Brody did the choke out on the side and then dropped him. And Derpy somehow ends up winning the whole thing. I'm not. I've made it clear before. I am not a fan of Derpy Allen.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's there. There are people that are better than him. There are people that probably have better attitudes than him. I just there are people that are better that
We
deserve
are
a
not
bigger.
a fan of the Derpy Allen. We are not in the Derpy Allen fan club, is what you're saying.
I'm not. I don't know about you. I don't know about
I don't care
you,
for him. I don't
but
care for
but
him very
I
much.
I am
Yeah.
not. I don't get the hype on Derpy Allen.
Gotcha.
Let alone the fact that he has some of the dumbest tattoos. He has just a forearm, just two bones tattooed on his arm. Why? Stupid.
I'm not gonna
Says
knock
the
somebody's
person. Says the
tattoos. I'm not
person.
gonna
Oh,
knock.
I will.
Yeah.
I will.
I'm not.
Why get like full bone? I want to say he's got a full spine tattooed on his spine. Like, just do the whole body. Just get ribs, and then just get your other arms, and then just tattoo your face like a fucking skull. We get the Acclaimed going up against QTV. I don't. Okay, so I don't understand the choices that they make because the Acclaim goes over on QTV, which has Johnny Mundo, Johnny Nitro, Johnny, call him Johnny TV, call him what you will,
Mhm.
who I believe has just recently signed. And then last night on Collision, the Acclaimed with Daddy Ass took on House of Black for the Trios Championship. They lost, and after they lost, Billy Gunn took his boots off and left them in
Left
the
him in
ring.
the ring. I saw the video of that. I saw the video of that. I'm like, ooh. And
Oh,
he
he's
looked.
done.
He was crying.
He
He
just
was
literally
crying.
he just literally left his boots in the ring. Billy Gunn is
Yeah.
done wrestling.
Yeah. That's
He's
crazy.
retiring.
That is crazy because the man can still go.
Yeah, at 50 something. But I think there might be underlying issues that we don't know on that. All the best to Billy
Maybe.
Gunn, even though he is the rudest MFer that I have ever met in professional wrestling.
He could have changed.
And that's what I've heard. People change. People change. I'm always a douchebag. I just,
I got you.
I treat people
First
accordingly.
impressions last. First impressions last.
100%.
Yeah.
And then we get the main event of Chris Standler, Chris blah, 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 Chris Statlander taking on the Problem, Marina Shafir, for the TNT Championship. It was a great back and forth match. Statlander coming back from her injury, Marina Shafir being a former MMA UFC fighter and knowing how to grapple and get down and dirty. Great back and forth match. I know a lot of people aren't necessarily a fan of Marina Shafir, more specifically my brother, but I like her. I think she's good. Statlander, of course, picks up the win, continuing great defenses of the TNT Championship. Other than that, that's Rampage and Dynamite match of the week for both of us. Blood and Guts.
Blood and Gut. All right, Steve, where can
Yo.
people find you on your podcast?
Oh, that's me. The last podcast you'd want. You can find it on all major podcasting outlets. It's right there for those of you watching on YouTube's. For those of you listening at home, come watch the YouTubes. The last podcast you'd want. I do have to get an episode out. I've seen a lot of movies lately. I went and saw Joyride. I saw the Mission Impossible. Went and saw Barbie, Oppenheimer. So I've seen a bunch of stuff. So I should be getting an episode out soon. Other than that, tip the field, try the staff. Thank you all for coming. And if you didn't, better luck next time.
Make sure you check out Back to the Retro Review. That is the sister channel of the Mod Squad. Steve is wearing one of our shirts.
Why should I'm on the damn show?
That is true. We review movies from the 80s and 90s on that show. Make sure you check out the Daily Dank on YouTube as well. He's part of the Mod Squad Network. Make sure you check out the Mod Squad Network's list of other shows. We have a movie show. We have a gamer show. We have a horror show, and you are listening to the wrestling show. Make sure you check us out every Saturday night where we have a giveaway.
Live from the mod. It's Saturday night. You just need to just record me just saying that. Live from the mod. It's Saturday night. Like
I say it every week. I say it every week now. Yeah, I do it. If you like what you see and hear here, make sure you do all the YouTuber things. Give us a good old thumb and hit that like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Tell us what your match of the week was. All right. I do believe that does it for this episode of the Mod Squad Network's Layeth the Squad Down. So for Steve, I am Kevin saying thank you for being a friend, everybody.